Hey everyone, how's it going? So it's time for another Godzilla Surprise Fold video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to draw Godzilla Millennium versus Orga. So this is going to be a fun video, so I hope you follow along and enjoy this one today. Now to start off with our Godzilla versus Orga Surprise Fold, let's begin by folding our paper. So I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to fold it in half just like I'm making a card. Next, I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it one more time, giving it a nice fold right down the middle. So it's kind of like a bookmark. Now, when I open this up, I've got these nice little guidelines in here that show me where to keep the inside of my drawing. Now, to start off with this, let's begin with Godzilla. So we want to start right about here with the eye. So I'm going to begin by making a line that's just going to go down, and then I'm going to bring it back here like this. Next, we're going to draw a line that's going to come over and then up for the eye. Nice little curve shape. I'll add a little curve in here. And then I'm going to add another little curve. And that last curve that I just made, I'm going to color in most of it, leaving just a little bit white. Now for the eyebrow, let's draw a line that's going to curve up here. I'm going to bring this over and then kind of curve it down, just a little bit. Now starting here, I'm going to draw a couple little lines that just go out and they're going to kind of curve down, just to kind of start the nose. And then right here, I'm going to make a line that's going to curve up, and then we're going to come down here. Then I'm going to make a little line that's going to come all the way out to here and down for the front of the mouth. Inside of here, I'm going to put a little curved line for the nostril. I'll color in just a little bit. Now let's move on to the back of the head. I'm going to begin right here, and I'm going to add a little line that's going to go up and down for a point. I'm going to make another one that's going to come up and down for a point, and one more right there. Now, this Godzilla is Godzilla Millennium, so he's going to have an ear. So starting here, I'm going to draw a little line that's going to come up to a point, and then we're going to curve it back here. We'll add a little bump with an extra line coming up here. Next, I'm going to put a couple more little spikes coming back here. Now let's work on the bottom. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to draw a line that's going to come down and then over, right underneath the fold. And then right here, I'm going to make a line that's going to come down, and then I'm going to bring it up. I'll bring this line down again, and I'm going to curve it up to here. Then I'm going to make some little curve lines right here for the neck of our Godzilla. And then I'm going to bring some lines that are going to go down and then up to right about here. And we can add another little line right there. Then starting here, I'm going to make a little line that comes down for the neck. And I'll put a couple little broken lines on here for some detail. I'm going to add a little extra line right here. And then I'm going to make a little line underneath the nose. I'm also going to draw a couple little curved lines kind of right by the eyes. And I'm going to make a little broken line here and a little line right up here for some detail. And then right here, we're going to add a couple more little extra lines and even a little line right up here. Now, once we have our Godzilla Millennium drawn, then we want to come over here and draw Orga. Now, to draw Orga, I'm going to start right about here, and I'm going to begin by making a little line that's going to go down, and then we're going to come back here, kind of like a check mark. Then I'm just going to curve this line up to here. And then we'll add a little curved line in here for the pupil. Then I'll add an extra little line down and a little line underneath the eye. Starting here, I'm going to curve this line up and back. And then I'm going to make a little line that's just going to come out here. Then we're going to make another little line that's just going to come down. And I'm going to make another little bump right over here just so we can kind of see where that other eye is. Next, starting here, I'm going to make a little line that's going to curve up and down. And then one more, it's just going to come up and down. Now, right underneath the fold, let's draw a line that's going to go down, and we're going to bring it back. Then I'll make a line that's going to come down, and we'll go over. We'll curve this line up. And then I'll add a couple more little curved lines that are going to curve up. Then I'm going to bring this line down and over. And I'll draw a couple more little lines. I'll go down and over. Now, I'm also going to add some spikes on here. So we're going to make some lines that are going to go up, and they're going to be kind of jagged as they come down. So we'll draw some spikes, and we'll make them kind of jagged. We'll draw one over here. I'm going to draw this line out a little farther, and then another line underneath here. And then I'm just going to make some little curved lines that come right down here on the face. I'll also add just a couple kind of coming up for some detail, and a little line right here. I'm going to make some of these lines come down a little farther, and I'm going to curve some of these lines up here, and add a little extra line or two around here. Now I'm going to add just a couple more little extra lines. Orga has quite a bit of line work on him. Now, once we have this drawn, we're going to open this up and add all the details on the inside. Once it's opened up, we're going to start drawing Godzilla first. So I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to begin by drawing a line that's going to come down. And then right here, we'll draw a little line that's going to come up. Now, starting here, I'm going to make a line that's going to come up. We're going to go down, and then we'll curve it all the way back to here. Then, starting here, I'm going to draw a line that's going to come down. We'll make it a little bumpy, and then we'll bring it right to about here. I'm going to make a long kind of broken line right along here, and then a long broken line right around here for kind of like the lips. I'm going to make a couple little extra lines coming up here for some details. And then for the back of the mouth, let's add a nice curve. We'll add some long kind of broken lines in here for some detail. Next, let's add the teeth. Now this Millennium Godzilla has really big teeth. So let's start right here. I'm going to make a nice big fang right here, and then a little smaller one up here. And then I'm just going to make some different size teeth. The teeth on this Godzilla are very, very pointy, so we're going to make some different size ones. And we'll do the same thing here. This one doesn't have that big fang like the top one does, but we're still going to add some really sharp teeth in here. And then starting right here, I'm going to make a line that's going to curve down. I'm going to come up and then bring it to here for the tongue. We'll add an extra little line on the tongue or two. Now, once we have Godzilla drawn, we want to come over here and work on Orga. Now, to draw the mouth of Orga, let's bring this line down a little bit, and we'll bring this line up a little bit, just how we did on Godzilla. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some lines that are just going to curve around here like this. So I'm just going to kind of go down and then back up. And we're going to make these little curve shapes. And I'm going to make these come all the way to about here. Now I'm going to do the same thing down here. I'm just going to make these little kind of curve shapes. I'm going to bring them all the way back to here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this line, I'm going to bring it over to here. And then I'm going to bring this line down here at an angle to the edge of my paper. We'll do the same thing here. Let's just bring this line up at an angle. Now, first thing is, let's draw the teeth on Orga. So I'll start back here, and where all these little bumps are, I'm just going to add some big, sharp teeth. So we're going to make them kind of at an angle as they come out. So you can see they're kind of sticking out at an angle. And we'll do the same thing down here. We're just going to add these nice, big, sharp, pointy teeth in all these little bump areas. And then right above them, I'll put some little bumps. And we can do the same thing below these. And even continue some of these lines down here a little bit. And kind of bring some of these lines up just for some extra detail. Maybe a couple lines or line or two right over here on the sides. Now, Orga can actually open up his mouth really big like this. So we're going to draw the inside part. So I'm going to start right here. Let's curve a line that's going to come in and out. We're going to go in and out. We'll do that one more time. We'll go in, we'll come out, and let's go back into here. Now, at each one of these little bumps, let's draw two lines that kind of come right towards the end of the paper. So we'll bring these right towards the end of the paper. And then they're going to have these little bumps on the end, almost kind of like little hands on his mouth. It's kind of weird, but that's how it is. Then I'm going to make these long kind of broken lines right inside of here, very similar to how we did on Godzilla over here. We're just going to make these long broken lines. Make sure you leave different spaces in there on different parts. And we'll do the same thing down here. Now, the final thing I want to do is I want to make a big blast coming out of Godzilla's mouth. So I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to draw a line that's going to come out to here. And then I'm going to make another one right here by the tongue. It's going to come out to here. And then I'm going to make just a kind of really pointed, kind of jagged, wavy line on here, so it looks like he's getting ready to blast Orga. And there you go, there's your drawing of the Millennium Godzilla versus Orga. So when we have it all closed up, they're having a nice big face-off, and then when you open it up, we see lots of detail with Godzilla shooting his blast and Orga opening up his crazy mouth. And there you go. I'm going to fast forward and start coloring this. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.